Our series begins with a strong and unique girl named Hong. Unlike other girls in behavior and dealings, she takes everything seriously and helps anyone in need, even if she doesn't know them, with love and defense. Her father is proud of her and tells his friends about her skills, mentioning that she is a martial arts trainer for children. He wants her to get married. On the other hand, we see the hero, Mr. Wei, an arrogant, domineering, and cold person in dealing with people. Everyone follows his orders, and he manages the largest company in the city. No one can cross his boundaries. While preparing to pick up his friend Chubb from the airport, he falls and twists his leg. He goes to the hospital, sends his friend the address, and is worried and afraid for him. He is upset that Wei is alone, without a wife or friend, even someone to take care of him. The doctor asks him who he is, and he laughs carelessly at the doctor, engaging in conversation and pressing Wei's leg. This angers Wei, who asks him to leave. As Wei is leaving the hospital, the secretary enters, having forgotten to bring the medicine. Chubb asks Wei's permission and walks outside, witnessing a thief trying to steal his car. He runs to stop the thief, and Hong appears. Wei thinks she will help him, but Hong believes he is the thief's partner and asks if the car is his. She verifies his identity and panics, apologizing for her quick reaction and hitting him. She explains that she is trying to help catch the thief and actually does so, hitting him with all her strength. Wei is unable to walk due to her hitting his leg, and Hong is late for work. She writes down her name and number and leaves. We see Hong and her manager discussing her dismissal due to her violent behavior. Wei leaves the hospital for the second time, and someone who took pictures of him hitting Hong spreads them on social media. All the employees make fun of him, and Wei asks his secretary to call Hong. Hong is sad because she is unable to collect money for her father's prosthetic hand. Her father was the commander of the army and lost his hand in the war. She works hard to collect money for the prosthetic limb. Wei and Chubb sit together. Wei's father wants to find him a bride, and Chubb remembers a girl he met whose father proposed to him. The girl loved horses and talked about their names. However, she thought he ate normal meat, but he told her it was horse meat, explaining that rejection always comes from the girls, not from him. He studies the weaknesses of any bride before sitting with her. Wei doesn't want to get married due to a complex and his father's influence. He tells Chubb he wants someone unlike other girls and sets difficult specifications. Despite trying, they fail because he doesn't want to get married. Hong arrives and the secretary is impressed with her appearance, considering her unattractive. As soon as Hong enters Wei's room, she finds him unconscious and calls the doctor, who is seeing him for the third time. The doctor asks him to take care of his health and medication. Wei asks Hong for the video that spread, wanting her to say she was training him in self-defense. Hong refuses, and Wei threatens to sue her, having evidence in the video. She agrees to teach him some martial arts moves, and Wei agrees. However, he performs the moves violently, being upset with Hong. The secretary enters and Hong offers to work with Wei, but he refuses. Hong tries to apply for a job but gets rejected due to her resume and violent behavior. A person wearing a teddy bear watches her, grabs her, and hits her. It turns out to be Ling, her childhood friend, who has returned from traveling. Hong is upset about hitting her friend. Ling tells Hong about a job at a company that matches her specifications and salary, which will help her get a prosthetic limb for her father. A phone call comes to Wei, informing him that his father is in critical condition. Wei speaks to Mr. Kang's personal assistant, informing him that his father was exposed to an explosion in the lab during experiments. He expresses doubt about the incident being accidental, mentioning his father's previous ad for a personal assistant. He suggests that his father should agree to the assistant given the circumstances, as he is also worried about Wei. Wei initially refuses, but after Kang discusses the incident and his father's condition, Wei agrees. As he leaves, we learn that his father is not unconscious and is pretending to agree to the personal assistant to encourage Wei to get married. He chose Hong when he saw her resume, noticing that her specifications align with those Wei gave Chu. However, Wei was lying to his father to make them helpless in the marriage matter. Hong's father asks her about Ling, believing they are in a relationship. Hong clarifies that Ling is just a friend and her little brother. During their conversation, Hong learns that she was accepted for the job she applied for, and she is happy about the possibility of getting a prosthetic limb for her father. The next morning, Min-hai goes to the company, and everyone is surprised and admires her because she is different from them. They tell her that her hair is wet, so she has to dry it. While drying her hair, Hong is surprised by Wei, and he is also surprised by her. He asks her what she is doing here. She replies that she is working, so he asks her how she was, as she told him that she lost her job because of him. She tells him that she is capable of doing anything, and that it is very easy for her to find a new job. He says to her, "How come you are so violent towards the person who agreed for you to work with him?" Wei tries to stop her while she is walking. which makes Hong angry. She asks him to get out of her way, but Wei refuses. Hong grabs him and throws him violently into the pool. She is surprised that Wei is her manager, so she tells him that she knows that the company president is Mr. Bao. He responds to her and says that he is his father, and tells her that she does not want to work with him. He takes her CV and tries to tear it up, but he cannot. Hong laughs mockingly and tells him that it is better for him to hire her because he cannot even tear up the paper. And also so that next time, if something happens to him, she can save him like she saved him from the thief. He calls his father to make sure that he agreed to her. His father told him that he agreed to her based on the specifications he told him when Wei was telling Chu the specifications of his bride, but his father took the words seriously and agreed. Wei feels that his father is controlling him, but his father is afraid for him. Wei tells Hong that he does not approve of her and that she does not like her resume, so she responds and tells him that she was in the Special Forces and that she received the Medal of the Ideal Soldier, and that she excelled in everything she studied. He tells her, even after all this, he does not approve of you and tries to provoke her. So she tells him that if she does not work, she will post the clip of when she beat him on social media. So Wei agrees to let him work, but on the condition that she does not post anything on social media, and she feels victorious. Wei talks to his friend and is upset with Hong and her father's behavior, so he tries to convince him and tells him that her resume is very good, so he can let her be the one to leave the job, not him who tells her. He is happy and convinced by Chu's words. Wei tells Hong to sign the new contract and leave the old contract with his father because she will work with him, and he tries to tempt her more. So he tells her that her salary will be 40,000 wen in addition to 1 million wen in interest. So she tells him if he can help her to get a prosthetic limb for her father. So he tells her that if she proves her efficiency within a year, he will get it for her. And Hong is very happy because this is her life's dream, to get a prosthetic limb for her father, and he calls his assistant son to take her to her office, but it will be the company's warehouse. So she tells her that she is happy here. So she responds happily and tells her that she is happy. Wei goes to Hong's office and finds that she cleaned the storeroom and turned it into an office. He tries to open the door, but it is stuck. Hong knows that Wei suffers from claustrophobia, so she opens the door and takes him out. We see Mr. Mai, the person who filmed the video of Wei. He is the enemy of Wei and his father and is willing to do anything and everything in order to see Wei and his father lose everything. Wei changes his treatment of Hong and treats her kindly, which makes her unable to think. Wei remembers his friend's words, which distort the fact that after he treats her badly, he treats her kindly so that she does not know how to think. We see Wei telling Sun, the secretary, to take care of Hong because he suspects that she is a spy for his father and that she is telling him all the news in the company. We learn that Sun is the spy and that she is the daughter of Kang, Wei's father's special assistant. She is also the one who placed a wiretap in Wei's office under the phone so that his father can hear everything. While she is leaving the office, she remembers how her father offered her the job and how she accepted. When Sin feels remorse, she talks to Wei's father and tells him that he agreed with her on a certain period of time and that she wants to finish this work because she feels remorse because Wei suspects Hong. The next day, she goes to work and everyone loves her and admires her appearance, which is different from them. She goes to Wei's office and learns that he is not there and that he went to visit his father in the hospital. Wei's father traveled abroad but was unfair to his father because his father really loved him and wasn't controlling but was worried about him because his father had cancer and was abroad for treatment. Wei's father talks to his assistant and tells him that he sees Hong as the perfect girl for Wei and that he is trying to bring them together. The next day, Hong goes to Wei's house after she challenged her that she wouldn't recognize his house, and she went to his house and took him to train him, so he tells her that he doesn't need to be strong and he is a smart person. So she tells him, "You are a famous person and you are exposed to any harm." And really, a man on a motorcycle interrupts them and tries to kill Wei, but Hong quickly pushes him away. Hong stands up and is ready to fight with this person to know his identity. Wei is afraid for her because he knows that she is a reckless person, and her reaction is quick. So he defends her and she tries to catch him, but he runs away. Hong returns with Wei on the motorcycle, and he is all amazed and admired by a person who knows that he has wronged her and that she is not a spy. Huang goes with Wei to the man who owns the motorcycle and learns from him that he was a renter. When she sees that Wei is in a dangerous situation, he gives her the address of this person and she goes to him. The man gets scared as soon as he sees her, even though Hong did not see him well and tries to escape. But Hong catches him after he tries to escape more than once, and they learn that someone called him on the internet and told him to kill Wei in exchange for a very large amount of money. There is a party, and he will attend it, and Hong wants to attend with him. But he tells her that he will give her a lot of work, and if she finishes it, he will take her with him. Then they go, and he finds Ling with her. He gets upset and leaves. And Wei thinks that Hong loves Ling, but she does not love him. But Ling loves her and does not know how to confess to her. But Hong considers him like her brother. Hong thinks that Wei's computer is hacked. And during Wei's meeting with all the employees and also Gao is the main reason for anything bad that happens to Wei. He talks to Mr. Mai and they agree to kill Wei at the party. Hong goes to his car to make sure that there is no eavesdropping device or anything in it. And Wei comes out of the meeting and sees Huang near his car. And Wei is surprised. And it is clear that Hong is installing something in the car, but she is checking if there is anything in it or not. And he is upset because he trusted Hong. So he feels that Huang betrayed him because it is the first time he has trusted someone. And this is Wei's wrong belief. When Wei approaches Huang, she sees that there is someone near the car without thinking she hits him, but she discovers that it is Wei. And she knows from the device that there is actually a tracking device, and she is happy that she proved to Wei that she is not a spy. And Wei asks her about Ling and tells him that he is her friend, and like a brother to her. And she tells him again about the subject that she will go with him to the party, and that she will complete all her work and he will fulfill his promise. Hong returns excited to finish her work and feels sleepy from exhaustion. Wei talks to his friend Chu and tells him to download a file to Hong's laptop. She wakes up and finds that all her work is finished. She is happy and goes to Wei. He tells her that she can go and take the extra fee from the accounts. She tells him, "No, I mean at the party." He tells her, "No." Hong gets upset and walks away, then bumps into Chu. Chu asks her why. She tells him that she wants to go with Wei to the party, and she is sure that whoever wants to kill Wei will be there, and she wants to minimize the loss as much as possible. She walks away thinking of a plan to attend the party. Sun goes to give the party papers, and here she knows that Hong Min is going to the party, and gives them to Ling to search for the names of these people. And because Ling loves Hong, he applies to her company, and Chu looks at his resume and asks Wei's permission, and hires Ling in the company, and introduces him to the employees. And they are happy because Ling is handsome, and Sun does not like his presence at all. At the end of the day, component placement Ling asks Hong to go together, but Huang receives a call telling her that Wei asked them to eat together. So Hong apologizes to Ling, and Wei leaves the office and is surprised that Ling is the person Chu was talking about. Then Hong goes with Wei and Chu, and they are surprised by the way she eats. And while they are leaving, they are surprised by Ling. And because Wei is jealous of Hong from Ling, he wanted to show his interest in Hong. Shog notices that Wei started to like Hong. And Hong goes to Wei's house after he talked to her while he was drunk from drinking a lot and asked her for food. And she knows from his words that he is drunk, so she went to him and Wei slept. And Hong also slept in his house. Wei is surprised that Hong is sleeping in his house, but he did not want to disturb her and started preparing breakfast for her. And Hong gets up and is not surprised that Wei is with her. And she remembers that he talked to her while she was in his house. And she asks Wei to go with the party. And they hear a recording in which he tells her that he agrees, but he tells her that he was not conscious. We see Sun entering the company, and her shoes are stuck on the floor. But Ling comes, and she is embarrassed because she does not like Ling. And during their conversation, Soon falls on Ling, so he tries to adjust her shoes. And Sun is embarrassed, and she also starts to like him. Wei is with Hong on their way to the company. He tells her that if she wants to come with him to the party, she has to wear a dress and take care of herself. Hong gets upset by Wei's words and goes to Chu in the research lab and tries to find out any details about the party from him. Chu tells her that he might not go at all because he doesn't like party atmospheres and nights. While Hong was sleeping, she dreamt that her father was in the war and lost his arm. She woke up and was surprised that her father was sick and took him to the hospital. She was surprised by her father's friend there and learned that he was the reason for her father's illness because he wanted her father to join him in a dance party. But Huang's father felt embarrassed because of his arm, so his friend told him to enter a food challenge with him. Huang's father kept eating until he got tired. Hong told Wei that she would not be able to come to the company due to family circumstances. Wei went to Sun and checked on Hong and asked her to bring a dress to Hong. Sun was happy and talked to Wei's father and told him that Wei liked Hong and also asked her to bring her a dress. Hong showed the dress to her father, and she looked very pretty, but Ling knew that Wei was the one who brought it to her. He told her that the dress was revealing, and Hong was convinced by Ling's opinion. On the day of the party, Hong introduces herself as a disgrace to Wei's friend, so Wei is surprised and tells him that she got the invitation from Chu and that he doesn't like parties. Wei tries to find out who caused his company to explode before, but the video captured by the camera only showed the other side of the man. Hong gives him headphones so they can stay in touch, and Hong knows who caused the explosion and describes him to Wei. Hong drinks Wei's cup because she is suspicious and afraid, and it turns out that there were people who were actually planning to kill Wei. Hong loses her power and loses consciousness. She and Wei enter the medicine refrigerator and notice that Wei has entered the refrigerator, so they lock the door on him and he and Hong fall, because she lost her strength from the effect of the drug. Wei has a phobia of closed places. Although Hong is tired, she knows Wei's condition, so she tries to keep him from losing consciousness. He gets close to her and loses consciousness. Chu and another person enter to save them, and they go to the hospital. Hong recovers from the effect of the drug and reassures Wei. Hong's father notices the change in his daughter as soon as he asks about her manager. Wei is happy and joyful as soon as she talks about Wei, and of course her father notices this. We return to Wei in the hospital, and Chu asks Wei if he loves Hong, because he has gotten very close to her in the past period. He becomes very tension because of Chu's question, and Sun and Hong interrupt him and yell at him while he is tired. However, he tells them that he has to follow the company's news and develop a certain type of treatment for the world. He will tell the world about the strongest treatment for cancer. Of course, Sun goes out to talk to Wei's father and tells him what happened and what he wants to do. Naturally, the father gets very upset about how he will release a treatment without experiments. Then he sees Chu and asks her who she is talking to. It's clear that Chu doubted Sun. Chu goes to Wei's room and says, "I'm sure Hong is the spy. My father just called me and yelled." Wei goes to talk to Hong and tells her that she is the spy and a deceiver. Wei is upset that he trusted Hong and asks her to work in the company without dealing with him. Hong cries and leaves. In the company, Wei tries to avoid her completely, but she enters his office and tells him that she will help him find out who the spy is. We see Hong carrying huge boxes, and the employees are surprised at how Mr. Wei could do this to a girl. Kai tells her that these are Wei's orders. Sun tries to help Hong because she feels remorse for being the spy, not Hong. Sun goes to Wei and asks him how he could do this, but Wei tells her that he has no knowledge of this matter. We know that Kai is Gao's special spy who wants to destroy him. He does this so that he can be alone, and he goes and helps Hong because it is raining, but she refuses because she thinks that he pities her and makes Hong very tired. Wei takes her home to check on her. Wei is so worried about Hong and losing her that he dreams that she has left. So he wakes up and finds that she is not there. He is surprised that she knocks on the door, and we know that she went to her house to bring a device to know if there is a wiretapping device in the house or not. At the company, we see Sun talking to Wei's father, who asks her to go in and install the eavesdropping device because the battery is dead and he can't hear anything. She is upset because she wants to end this matter. She enters the office and is surprised that Hong and Wei have entered the office, but she hid. Hong feels nauseous from exhaustion, but Wei's father remembers that she is pregnant and is very happy. Sun's mobile phone falls, and Wei knows that Sun is the spy and fires her. Hong is upset because Sun is her only friend because she doesn't have any friends before. Hong asks Ling to take Sun and Ben Shufei. He notices that Hong is tired from work because she does her work and Sun's work. He calls the employees and asks them to help her, but they refuse because this work is too much and they won't be able to finish. He decides to help Hong because he loves her, but he is stubborn and hasn't confessed his love to Huang yet, and of course Chu notices. On Hong's father's birthday, he gives Ling a bracelet like his because he thinks that if she wears it, she will love him. Hong remembers that Sun is from a poor family and is upset that she lost her job and thinks with her father about giving her money, but her father refuses and tells her to give her a supermarket card, so she talks to her so that they go out. Hong goes to the office and decides to invite the employees because she discovered that her work is done, but they tell her that Wei is the one who finished the work. She enters the office and finds Wei sleeping from exhaustion. She tells him that she will invite him, so he agrees, but invites him to the most expensive restaurant. Hong agrees because she feels embarrassed and goes to invite Sun and gives her the supermarket card, but she discovers that Sun has a driver. Sun tells her that she is from a rich family. Hong is surprised by Sun and tells her that she wants the bracelet and that it is a gift for Ling, but Hong is embarrassed and gives her the bracelet. A car interrupts them, saying that it is from Mr. Wei, but Sun doubts the matter. On the way, Wei calls Hong about his appointment with Hong, but his driver gives him drugged water. Hong remains suspicious on the road and there is no network. The driver tells her to drink some of this water and she becomes more suspicious as the driver insists that she drink. So she chokes him and makes him drink the water and ties his hand and learns that there is a device in the car to make any mobile phone have no network, and it runs on GPS. Wei is kidnapped and regains consciousness from the drug he drank and finds Mai in front of him and wants Wei to give him the medicine that he will drop off so that it will belong to Mai and his company. Sun calls the company because of his suspicions about the car, but they tell her that there is no car with this number that belongs to the company. Wei is kidnapped and the gang wants him to sign so that the medicine will be in the achievements of Mr. Mai's company. But Wei refuses. The company calls Wei's father and tells him that they kidnapped his son and are threatening him because they want him to give up the medicine. Wei's father agrees because he is afraid for his son. They ask him, after he signs the papers, to send it by fax. At the same time, she arrives at the place but does not know what to do. She tries to wake up the driver to ask him. He tells her to ring the car bell 3 times and they will open the door. She goes back again to drink the drugged water. Sun Hong talks to her and tells her that this car does not belong to the company. So Hong tells her that she found out and tells her that she informed the police and reached the place where Wei is and was able to beat all the gang members with all her might, and also saves Wei before the police come, and before the VIX reaches the gang and so on. And he still retains the ownership rights to the medicine. And Wei notices that Hong is hurt. So he worries about her and hugs her and tells her that he was afraid for her and will tell her the reason when he wakes up and takes Wei to the hospital. And as soon as Sun reassures Wei, she goes to reassure Hong. And Wei's father talks to his son, but Wei is still stubborn and tells him that he will improve the treatment, and in public. And Wei's father is very worried about his son. Hong's father annoys her about how she risked her life for her manager, so she responds to him and tells him that she is a soldier after all. And Ling is jealous of Hong and asks Wei to go see Hong. And she also asks that she goes to see him and they meet on the road. And they are very happy. Hong says to him, "You told me that you will tell me why you are worried about me after you wake up." And he replies to her and says to her, "You don't know." So she replies to him and says to him, "Because we are friends." So he gets upset that she doesn't understand that he loves her and holds her hand and says to her that means any friend of yours can hold your hand like this, and he notices. He messages Hong, asking her to make him food every day. She follows him. He goes to Chu to check on Wei and keeps insisting on asking him about whether Wei loves Hong or not. Chu tells him yes, he loves her. So Chu responds and tells him you have to make sure that she loves you too. That's why he meets Sun to get her back to work so she can know all the news about Hong and whether she loves him or not. Sun tells Hong that she feels Mr. Wei loves her. Hong replies, "Of course not, they are friends." He calls Hong to tell her that he will return to work tomorrow and asks her to come back. She is very happy. Wei is at the height of his elegance because he will see Hong. He goes to bring her a gift and is surprised that she also brings him the same gift. Wei sees Ling sitting with Sun for the first time. Sun senses that Ling has feelings for her, and Ling begins to ask about Mr. Wei. Sun, of course, replies that he is a smart person and starts to compliment him. Ling becomes jealous and tells Sun that she is more handsome than her, getting closer to her. Sun feels nervous and begins to experience new emotions. Sun visits Wei's office to discuss how to deal with Hong and what she likes. She asks Wei to help her get a prosthetic limb for her father, explaining that it's her lifelong dream and that she's been saving money for it. Wei asks Sun to make a list of different types, their advantages and disadvantages, so he can purchase the best one and make Hong happy. Sun informs Wei that all employees are invited to a dinner and that Hong will be there. Wei attends the dinner and meets Hong. They play a game of questions to learn more about each other, but Wei drinks too much and loses consciousness. Hong takes him home, and the next day she visits him to check on him. As she recalls the moment when he got close to her, she feels new feelings for him. Wei visits the company to inquire about the pharmaceutical industry. Chu suggests that Ling deserves a reward for his hard work, but Wei declines due to jealousy. Sun enters to provide Wei with the prosthetic limb list and suggests purchasing one for Hong. During a break, Hong trains her friends in self-defense, prompting Wei to request training as well. Hong agrees to teach Wei, and Bacon, hoping to express his admiration, becomes nervous. Accidentally, a yoga ball falls on Wei, resulting in an unintentional kiss with Hong. Bacon becomes upset when Hong doesn't reciprocate the feeling and leaves to change clothes for a meeting. Ling approaches Hong and inquires about Wei, receiving enthusiastic defense from Hong. This annoys Ling, but he secretly listens and is pleased with Hong's feelings towards Wei. Ling and Sun walk together, and Ling discusses his family's constant busyness and his childhood admiration for Hong. He wonders if this is why she perceives him as a child. Ling muses aloud about receiving letters from many girls and decides to write one to Sun. Sun quickly realizes Wei's feelings for Hong and tries to prevent Ling from making a move before Wei, suggesting they postpone discussing the matter. The next morning, Wei prepares for a training session with Hong and encounters her with a child named Mimi, a former training student. Wei mocks Mimi, but the child surprises him by demonstrating superior defense skills and avoiding Wei. After the training, Wei discovers Hong and Mimi's plans to meet Ling and attempts to distract Mimi by offering an amusement park outing, hoping to keep Hong with him. Wei remains with Hong and Mimi until the end of the day due to his feelings for Hong. Reluctantly, he confesses his feelings to her, but quickly attempts to rectify the situation in front of Mimi. The next day, we notice that Wei is very happy because he brought Hong the artificial limb for her father, and he wanted to make her happy. But Hong sees that this artificial limb is imported and very expensive, so she goes to search for it and finds out that it is really expensive. The next morning, Hong goes to the office with the prosthetic limb and tells him that it is very expensive and that she will not be able to accept such an expensive gift. Wei responds and tells her to consider it a reward from the company. They get a call from Tashwei and take Hong to the lab. He learns from Link that someone tried to steal the details of the treatment he is doing. We see that this person is Kai Kai, and he gives the flash drive to Gao because they want to destroy Wei. In the lab, Wei notices that Hong is very busy, and she gets him coffee. We notice that Hong has also started to love him and sleeps on herself. He notices that despite being busy with work, he covers her with his jacket and notices Tashwei, and takes a picture of them and sends the picture to Wei's father. Gao travels to Wei's father, and Wei's father is surprised that he brought him many gifts. Gao also tries to make Wei's father suspect an employee in the company. Gao asks Wei's father for permission and leaves. Wei's father suspects Gao of being involved with the gang. While Guy is leaving, he receives a call from a member of the gang who tells him that all the information he brought is fake and that Wei is not easy, and they must act more wisely with him. We see that Wei's father went to meet Hong, and Hong thinks that he wants her to spy on Wei. So he tells her that she is one of the few people that Wei trusts. He tells her that he has cancer and his son hates him because he thinks he controls him, but he is afraid of dying and is worried about him because Wei is his only son. And she prefers to talk without knowing that his father is sick as he asked her to, but he refuses to listen to her while she is talking about this matter. And we see him preparing a meeting for his entire company and deducting all of Kakai's bonuses so that they think that he is negligent in his work and was the reason for leaking information. And of course, he does not know that Kakai is the one who stole it himself. And we see Gao agreeing with another person to destroy Wei's company. This company is also a competitor to Wei's pharmaceutical company. Wei notices that Hong had a lot of work and almost all the employees left work for her to do, but she fell asleep from exhaustion, so he decides to help her and leaves her sleeping, and he finishes the work. And when Hong wakes up from sleep, she thinks that Sun is the one who finished the work, and this annoys Wei a lot because she does not feel anything that he is doing for her. And his friend Chu tells him that if he wants to confess his love to her, he has to take her to a romantic place, and that will make things much easier. Wei goes to do everything Chu told him to do and waits for her to leave the company and takes her to the restaurant. He agrees with Sun that she will bring fireworks and Chu brings him flowers, and Ling notices that Sun is leaving the company with a big box, so he follows her to see where she is going. Hong sits with Wei, and her hands are hurt because she was running after a thief. Because of Wei's kind treatment of her, she says to him, "Do you love me?" He responds and says, "Yes." She keeps thinking about every time he tried and got close to her to confess to her. She agrees and tells him that she also likes him, and he gets close to her and kisses her. We see the other side, Sun and Ling bursting fireworks. The next day, Wei and Hong attend a crucial meeting with potential investors for their company's pharmaceutical products. As they leave, Hong expresses her suspicions about these investors and insists on following them. While in the parking garage, Wei asks her why she's suspicious, despite his lawyer's assurance that the contracts are clean. She shares her concerns, and they notice an unfamiliar person lurking nearby. Sun is tasked with retrieving the garage's surveillance footage, but the camera system belongs to an arrogant individual who initially refuses to cooperate. This provokes Ling, who, being quite influential on social media, threatens to expose the person's online vulnerabilities. The individual relents and sends the footage to the company. While leaving, Sun trips and Ling catches her, causing a moment of heightened tension and attraction between them. Ling's charm and protective nature further endear him to Sun. Upon reviewing the surveillance footage, they discover that the mysterious person they saw in the garage is actually the CEO of a rival pharmaceutical company. Hong, determined to help Wei, becomes even more involved in the company's affairs. Ling, despite his rivalry with Wei, supports Hong in her efforts, motivated by his friendship with her. Hong meets Wei's father without his knowledge and tries to tell him what Wei is going through, and that he needs him, needs to feel his father's love, and that he must change his mind and let him know that he loves him. Hong goes to Wei, and as soon as he arrives, she hugs him and tells him that his father met her and told her that he knows that the company is going through emergency circumstances and that he is always there for Wei, and that Wei feels that she is worried about him. And this is a strange feeling for Wei, so he approaches her and kisses her. The next day, as soon as Hong arrives at the company, she learns that a disaster has happened and that there is a conference for the Ministry of Health in which they are trying to stop Wei's company and make it lose. And we learn that Gao and Kai Kai are also the reason. And Gao talks to Mr. Mei, and we know that Gao is partnering with Mei to sign the company, because Gao's wish is for the company to be under his control. We also see Wei's competitor happy with the news and hoping that the company collapses so that he can pay the penalty clauses, and this will be in the company's file something bad about the company. Wei holds a meeting with Sun, Chu, Hong, and Ling, and they try to talk about what happened to their company, and suddenly Louis receives a call from his father, and Chu tries to ask him for help. But Wei tells him that he did everything, and that the raw materials will arrive on time. And everyone is happy to hear the news from Wei. And we see the father proud of his son, and that he sees him as self-reliant. We see that Ling is very sad because of his love for Hong, and he goes to the place where he wrote the letters to Hong, and remembers all the details of their time together. And at night, he sits with Sun and drinks a lot, and is upset because he feels that she likes Wei, and does not feel his feelings, and that he has loved her for 15 years, and she does not know. And of course, Sun is upset and annoyed when she hears Ling talking like this about Hong, because she loves him, and he does not know. And he tells Sun that she is doing this to help Wei, and he walks and leaves her. And she is upset and cries because he accuses her and she loves him, and he returns. Tani tells her to take her home, but while he is going, he sees Wei with Hong, who is close to her, and we see that he is upset with Wei because he asks her not to talk to Ling and tries not to be nice to him. And of course, she is very upset by Wei's words because Ling is her little brother to Hong, and she does not know that he loves her. So she tells him that to her, Ling is like Chu to him, and she walks away and leaves him. And Wei is upset by Hong's behavior. Wei learns that a device they have in the lab has been hacked, and he tells him that the competitor is the one who did it, and Chu asks him to report him and prosecute him, but Wei refuses. Wei tries to apologize to Hong for his behavior and tells her that she is right, and that it was not appropriate for him to talk about her relationship with her childhood friend Ling, and she also apologizes to Hong and tries to reassure him that she will always be by his side, and Wei is happy with her words. Ling talks to Hong, and he is very sad, and asks her if she loves Wei. She replies that they are really in a relationship and they love each other, and because of work they are afraid to tell people. And Ling cries as soon as he hears her, and she tells him yes, I love him, and Hong apologizes for being afraid for him. We see Sun's father and mother, and they notice that Sun is sitting and not going out and is always sad. So Sun decides to go to Hong and tell her that he loves her, and she is upset that Ling does not tell her about this matter and that they are like sisters. And Hong knows Sun that Ling knows that she loves Wei. So Sun decides to go to Ling to comfort him and tries to tell him that she loves him, but she is afraid of his reaction, and she comes to walk and he pulls her and carries her. Wei's father goes to Wei's house and a fight breaks out between them because Wei doesn't want to listen to his father. And his father unintentionally told him that he is the reason for what is happening to the company and that he is an irresponsible person. And Wei gets upset and leaves them and walks away. While Wei is going out angrily, he meets a group of young men and hits a drunk man who tries to assault Wei. We notice that Wei's fitness level has become somewhat strong, and we see that Hong is walking behind Wei and running towards him to defend him and grabs a wooden seat and starts hitting the young men. Wei takes her to his favorite place, which is full of lights, and Hong is amazed by the place, and he keeps explaining to her his plan so that his company doesn't lose and how he will defeat his competitors. The next day, Wei's competitor finds out about Wei's plan and follows him in the car, but Wei is smart and goes on a bike with a deformity so that no one follows him. Hong is alone in the car and gets out of it and goes to Wei's competitor and tells him that she saw him. Sun walks in the company sadly and remembers her moments with Ling. Wei's father sees a video that insults the company and worries about his company's collapse. Gao tries to recruit the competitor's assistant named Zhou to Wei's company. Zhou is exposed by his boss and confesses to him that Goa is the reason, and his manager tells him that Gao wants all companies to lose to control them. Hong goes to Ling and tells him that she tried to contact him in the past period, but she couldn't, and she was able to reach him with difficulty and tells him that no one can replace him and he will remain her friend for the rest of her life. And Hong tries to reassure Ling because he is afraid of losing Hong. Ling tries to talk to Sun against her will. Sun hits him with a pen because she has been ignoring Ling since the last time, and he gets upset and tells her that he loves her, and she replies that she loves him too. But it ends with him telling her that there is something that connects them together, which is the bracelet, and he takes it out to give it to her. But Sun tells him that she knows that he gave it to Hong. Before then she leaves him and goes away. Ling releases that he falls in love with Sun. Wei sees a mark on Hong's back, and because of his love for her, he is afraid that it still hurts her. So she replies and tells him that it is from a long time ago, from the days of the army camp, and he tells her that he will not let her be exposed to any harm again. Sun's father and mother sit down for lunch and wink at each other to talk to Sun, and we learn that Sun's father wants to introduce her to his friend's son, and her mother asks her to fulfill her father's request, and Sun remembers what Ling said, and that he is flirting with her. Sun actually goes to meet the young man, the son of her father's friend, and is surprised that he knows everything about her, and tells her that he asked her father about everything. Ling knows and goes to Sun and introduces himself to David as Sun's friend, and Ling gets angry because of what he said, so he throws water on him and grabs Sun and leaves. So Sun yells at him because of what he did. So he tells her that he loves her and wants her with him, but she refuses because she tells him that he wants to get over his love for Hong. Wei gets a call and knows that Hong is the same soldier who saved him before and is looking for her, and is very happy that she is her. And he can't believe it, and keeps crying with joy and goes to tell Shu that she is the one who saved him before last year, and she is the one he was looking for. Hong notices that Wei has changed a lot, unlike usual, and prefers training over anything else. She takes him to her house and shows him her father's achievements. Wei tries to get closer to Hong, but every time she receives a voicemail from her father, she gets scared. Hong tells him how her father is just an arm, and it turns out that it is the same operation that saved Wei. And she cries and tells him that she will not forgive anyone who was there, believing that if it weren't for them, nothing would have happened to her father. Wei is afraid to tell her anything and leaves, very upset by what he heard from Hong. And he keeps thinking that his father told him about the people he was dealing with, and they turned out to be scammers and counterfeiting medicines. And Wei goes to Hong to tell him everything, but Hong's father interrupts them and enters the house. Hong's father keeps getting to know Wei, and Wei gets nervous because of Hong's father's many questions. Hong takes him out of the house and tries to apologize to him for his father's questions, and tells him that because they were always in the army, this is their way. Hong talks more about her life and tells him that she loves him for the first time. And of course, Wei is surprised because he wants her to know that he was the one in the operation that lost her father in his arm, but he is afraid of her reaction, or that she will leave him. The next morning at the company, he decides with Chu that he will not say anything to Hong for the time being, and that he will give her the ring. We see that he brings Hong a dress to date her and asks her to wear it. He takes Sun Ling while he chooses the ring. Sun walks, and Ling runs after her and apologizes to her for anything and any misunderstanding. He tells her that he loves her and does not want her in order to forget Hong, and that Hong was a good person to him, and agrees to stay with Ling. We see Mai talking to Gao and telling him that Hong almost exposed him, and asks him to leave the company and the country, and Gao is very upset because his wish was to take over the company, and he promises Wei that he will not leave him. And Wei is sitting preparing for his date with Hong, and is very happy, but he is interrupted by a call, and he tells him to check the latest news on social media. On the other hand, we see Hong ready and wearing the dress that Wei brought her, and she hears the news and learns that Wei and his company were involved in the operation in which her father lost his arm, and her father enters to tell her that he is outside waiting for her, and she is very upset, and remembers while she is getting ready, and how much she cared about herself that day, and that she must look beautiful, and she goes to her father after changing the dress, and her father gets upset because of her upset. He explains to her that he didn't know anything about the operation or his company, but Hong doesn't believe him. We see Hong sad and thinking about Wei. Sun talks to her and asks her why she didn't go to work. She tells her that Wei is going to travel and the company is in chaos. She decides that she should go to Wei's house. We see Wei preparing his things, and he wants Hong to appear in front of him. Suddenly, while he is outside, he finds Hong asking him not to travel, and that everyone in the company needs him. He tells her that he has to travel to know everything that happened. Hong is sad that he is traveling, and when Gao finds out that he is going to travel, he orders Kai Kai to bribe the workers at the factory that Wei will go to. We see Mr. Kang asking Chu about Wei. He is worried about Wei and keeps looking at an employee in the lab and asks Chu if he knows her, but Kang tries to evade the subject. Chu goes to ask the girl he saw, and he knows that she is his daughter and that no one knows about their relationship. After his separation from her mother, she does not know anything about him and that he always avoids her. We see Hong's father trying to get his daughter out of the bad state she is in, and he keeps talking to her about their days in the army. She tells him that she is not able to forgive Wei because his company was the reason her father lost his arm. Hong reveals Gao and goes behind the hotel where he hid a paper. Gao notices that there is a knock outside the room and tries to listen. Hong knows that the two rooms are next to each other and connected to each other, so Gao goes out from the other door and Hong runs after him. Gao is surprised that Wei is waiting for him downstairs because Gao had sent someone to kill Wei. The police come and arrest Gao. Hong knows that Wei was wronged in the company operation event. We see Hong treating Wei's wounds from Gao's beating. The next morning, Wei is surprised to find Hong's father with him. He reassures Ho's father that Wei's company has no trace of the fake drug. Wei asks Hong to marry him, and the father agrees. Wei's father gets tired and goes to the hospital. Kang Wei learns that his father has cancer and that he had been hiding this from him for a year and a half. He gets upset with himself because of the way he treated his father and keeps blaming himself. But Kang tries to make it easier for him and tells him that his father doesn't love anyone but him, and that he was always proud of him and didn't want to control him like he thought, but he was always afraid for him. Wei sits with his father and blames him for not telling him the truth about his illness. The father gives his son advice about his life and work. At night, they go with Hong to her father to get him the prosthetic limb. The father is happy that he loved his daughter from the beginning. We see someone telling Wei's news to his enemy and agreeing with him to kill Wei. We go back to Hong and she is having lunch with Sun and suddenly feels nauseous, so Sun decides to bring her a pregnancy test. While Sun is sitting with Ling, the test receipt falls from her, so Ling keeps thinking whether the receipt is Sun's or not. Hong calls him and asks him if the man knows that his girlfriend is pregnant. Will he take responsibility or run away? He thinks that Hong is telling him about Sun, so he goes to Sun's house and tells her that he will not leave her and their child and shows her the test receipt. But Sun tells him that the receipt is not hers and that it belongs to Hong. Wei goes to Hong's house and is surprised to find the pregnancy test in her hand. He is very happy and offers her the wedding ring. Mr. Kang is the person who conveys Wei's news to his enemy, and Mai threatens Kang with his daughter if he does not do everything he asks of her. We see him asking Kang that he must restore his relationship with his daughter again, and that he considers him like his father. So he talks to him about this issue and asks him to witness his marriage contract. Kang is affected by Wei's request and is hesitant about what to do. We see that Kang is actually trying to fix his relationship with his daughter, but she refuses. Kang throws the phone as hard as he can. While Wei is with his father at home, Wei tells his father that the result of the development of the treatment he is doing has been successful and everyone is happy. Wei tells his father that now I will cure his illness, and he cries with joy and hugs his father because he always feels that he has neglected him. The next day at the company, they celebrate the success of the treatment, and Hong is proud of Wei's success. Wei decides to pass the treatment on to the outside world. All the employees are happy with the company's success and congratulate Wei. While Wei is celebrating with the employees outside the company, he thanks Ling for his efforts. We see Ling confessing his love to Sun in front of everyone. Wei also confesses to the employees that he and Hong are getting married. We see Wei checking on his father in the hospital. He tells him that the police found evidence in Gao, and that there is a number that he always calls, and that its name is Mr. Hypnotist, and that this person is still in the company. Tension and anxiety appear on Kang's face, and Kang feels that the rest of his life is in danger, so he writes everything down. His property is in the will of his daughter Vivi, and in her hands to Cho so that he can give it to her. On the wedding day, Wei and Hong are waiting and worried that his wedding will be ruined, and everyone is also worried because the wedding witness, Kang, did not come. We notice that Cho is in the hands of the file that Kang gave to his daughter, and Vivi takes it and opens it away from the wedding and starts reading it, and he tells her everything, and that he betrayed his friend and father because he was jealous of his success. On the other hand, Hong is the most beautiful bride at the wedding, and her father introduces her and witnesses the marriage to Cho. After the wedding, Wei receives a letter saying that Kang has been kidnapped. Wei goes to the gang that kidnapped Kang and finds Mei threatening him that he will leave Kang in exchange for Wei telling him about the drug plan and giving him over to Mei and providing him with the latest laboratories to complete his research on the drug, but Wei refuses. After many threats, Wei agrees. But at the same time, Ling and Cho are on the phone with Hong and Wei. Ling tells Wei to create a fake situation, but Mei discovers him and plants the strongest bomb known as the trioxide bomb for Wei. Hong decides to enter before the police, and as soon as Mei hears a sound outside the place, he gets nervous and keeps hitting Wei. Wei actually enters and threatens him if he doesn't bring the chip to stop the bomb, but he prefers death and breaks the chip, which disfigures him. He tells her through the receiver that she can try even if it is broken, and the bomb actually stops, so Mei takes advantage of Hong's preoccupation and hits her and takes the gun from her and activates the bomb again and leaves. So she decides to get Kang out and tries to defuse the bomb, but after several attempts she does not know, and he shouts at her to leave. But he releases her and throws her, and the two of them run from the force of the explosion, and Wei escapes with Hong and Mr. Kang. We see that Kang is sitting in his place, not wanting anyone to know anything about him, even though his daughter and Wei have forgiven him, and his daughter sent him to attend her wedding despite his disfigurement. And we see Ling with Sun celebrating the launch of their first cosmetics line, and Wei and Hong have a boy and a girl. And we see that Hong is still practicing violence on people. Our series ends. If you like the series, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that you can receive all the new content. Bye.